hurricane, a tidal wave. Excellence, perfect, life looks brilliant. Give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. Yeah, you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. You've got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. And get you out of my head again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow. I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. I know you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. You get you out of my head. Get you out of my head.
Never gonna stop, never gonna change, never gonna do the things you say. Run my own way to get there. Fools are calling and I don't seem to care. In the air, no more crowd, just the opposite kind of few clouds. So tell me the storm is coming, I'm sick of all your lies. Why don't you try to be wise? Now that I need you, why? I never wanted to be alive, just to feel like I'm fading. And though my heart breaks a beat at time, I press the lens just to tell you, don't lead the way, don't even say that I drown with a cold flame in the rain. I feel like I'm fading.
Hi, I'm the non-binary RuPaul track. Call me Other, Jose Gonzalez.
Hi. And you got and you got a 33 versus 33. I can't. And you okay.
No, focus, you got this.
Okay. And you got a 33 and a 3% chance of winning, but I have a 66 and 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me. Auntie Collins.
I was worried you almost forgot your name there, but yeah. We are not new to this. We are true to this. Yes, we did have to break up the Steiner math because we have a lot to talk about for the Mother Tuck and Post show. Back for RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 10. And yes, we are off to a great start. Hi, Bobby. Happy Friday.
I just told you that I came home from work today. I beat my face. I got all gooped and gagged. Watched the episode multiple times. And here I am fumbling the thing. I was practicing.
Yes, we love a happy Mother's Day for the dog mother. The dog
I was
mother.
like, what am I a mother of?
I mean, you're just mothering. That's all. I'm a mother of non-binary wrestling / drag race reviewers.
Listen, I brought you into this world. I can certainly take you out of it.
Yeah. That was also your runner-up intro for today.
Yeah, I should
Until
have
we got
said
into the
that.
brackets.
Ah,
See, I knew I was going to pop you with mine. I'm like, no, it's too good. It's too good. Because I thought of it literally today. So for those of you that don't know, like I have a notes app thing full of intros that I want to do. So like I'm not going to reveal them all, but just know like this one came to me literally today. I'm like, oh no, this is perfect. And then I have other ones that I have on standby. So you never know if it's going to be fresh, if it's prepared. So basically it's like choosing between a HelloFresh intro versus a Factor Meal intro.
it's owned by the same company.
I know. It's just a matter of if you want to make it yourself or if you just want to heat it up. Because, I mean, if there's one thing that RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars does, it's reheating their nachos.
What?
You haven't heard reheating nachos on Twitter?
No.
Oh, God. So basically, everybody... Reheating nachos just like tapping back into old shit. So like people are saying when Gaga did Abracadabra that she was reheating her own nachos.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So like what's old is new again, which is literally All Stars in a nutshell. So
Honestly, I'm here for it.
y'all, we're in rare form. You see what happens when we have a 2-week break between season 17 and All Stars 10? Pandemonium.
What else did you watch? You know what I watched?
I know
three
you didn't watch.
seasons of 3 seasons of Drag Race.
See, I was gonna say I know you didn't watch Ring of Honor yesterday because they moved it with Collision instead. Sorry, Kyle.
Listen, I was all ready to like, oh, well, why don't we just do a Collision post show? Blah blah blah. And then as I'm sitting there going, oh, usually Ring of Honor is like an hour, and this is full. It ran over. It went over the 2 hours.
Wait, Collision has an overrun now too?
Well, they just did it for this 1 week.
Jesus Christ. I was gonna say, as someone that's now reviewing AEW Dynamite on a weekly basis, we had a miracle week where there was no overrun, and it was phenomenal. So
Listen, when you get to go on Max, you get to overrun. You get to color outside them lines.
see, I was watching on them Turner broadcast station, so we still got the overrun on the Coplay. Mm-hmm. You know, on my provider that has a little bit of the autism, you know, spectrum. I'm on a roll tonight, y'all. For the record, I did not start drinking until literally a minute ago. This is just me after a 40-hour work week of chaos.
Listen, I'm sober, so I got a Celsius because if not, I'll fall asleep. But
Yeah, for those that are keeping track, it is daytime in Auntie Collins territory. It is nighttime in Jose territory.
it's 6 p.m. It's 6 p.m.
Yeah, it's 9, you know. But I'm just saying, you guys have the sun out. I don't. So, yeah.
Listen, I am all for springtime, like sunshine, all the things. However, if that dirty bitch pollen shows its face, I'm not going to do anything because I'll be sneezing. But just know, you're a dirty bitch. No one likes you. Because I'm sneezing off lashes. I'm sneezing while driving. Do you know how scary that is?
Yeah. It also makes you wonder if there's a drag queen named Claire Etin. Or Satira Zine. Bobby sings first thing from sober, been home for 2 hours, already feeling. See, my thing is, I didn't know whether I wanted to drink or garden. I feel like if I'm doing a podcast, I kind of got to be up, but
If I gardened, my eyes would be shut.
serious question though. Do I dare burn the candle at both ends and water the plants while I garden? Something I've not done before.
You could risk it for the biscuit.
Disclaimer, I live in New York State. This is about as legal as goddamn everything else in this state. So,
What is happening on this stream? These unholy marks over here.
I mean,
You
I
know
just
what?
finished my chow mein from my Chinese restaurant. It was great. Also, for the record, like if you go to a local Chinese joint around here, chow mein is not like the noodles like Panda Express because we don't have Panda Express, but it's still very good.
Honestly, that's one thing that Washington State in the Seattle area has not obtained well for me is good Chinese food. Not Panda Express,
Yeah.
not PF Chang's.
Well, I was gonna say, like as an East Coaster, I feel like you had it made growing up, and then you relocated and all turned to shit.
Well, there's a lot of teriyaki here. There's a lot of noodles and ramen. I love a good ramen house. Don't get me wrong. I love the Korean barbecue. Who is she?
This is not a whole, by the way. This is like a third to a half, so this is perfect. And by the time we're done, I'll be feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. But yes. So, for the record, it's Bobby's fault.
It is Bobby's fault. It's always Bobby's fault.
The one time we could blame a Canadian for something going wrong.
Oh,
Gosh, we're
you can't
we're
blame it
11
on
minutes
the.
into this live stream, and we have not even talked about the season yet.
You can't even blame it on the alcohol.
No, I could half blame it on the alcohol.
Blame it on the goose. Blame it on the honey.
I mean, usually the goose doesn't have you feeling loose. It's usually the VCR cleaner, but
Have I told you that I was on academic probation in college? Because I went to a dry college, but I partied.
so was it for the drinking or was it for the VCR cleaner?
No, it's for drinking. And when I went to they had this like court, right? It was just like, hey, there's this Facebook post with you in the background, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, do you have anything to say for yourself? And I said, blame it on the goose. Blame it on the henny.
So here's my thing. Could you drink
Blame it
off
on-
campus and be fine? Or is it just they wanted you sober for that whole 4 years?
Yeah. Yeah. Or don't post it on Facebook. I didn't post it on Facebook. I'm not an idiot.
You were just in the presence of an idiot.
I was. And I totally was like, guys, this is not serious. You have you have a picture of me at somebody's house.
And also, like, I could understand, like, if it was an establishment on campus that you could prove.
Mhm.
However, if I'm of drinking age and it is not illegal, I'm going to partake.
Yeah.
And I
It's because
guarantee you, it didn't stop you from drinking.
no. And if anything, it just got me to be more sneaky.
Mhm.
Also, that's when I started bartending. So
Oh, work. But yes. So I feel like 13 minutes into the episode, I think now is a good time for us to talk about what exactly makes an all-star season different than regular Drag Race. Auntie Collins, would you like to talk about some of like the history of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars? Like some of the things like we've learned over the years. Obviously, format is very different this go around than previous, but just like kind of what we usually can anticipate from an all-star season.
it's a little bit more produced, would you say? It's a little bit more, I don't know,
And that's
cunty.
just the queen's faces because they went under the knife.
There's a little bit more money at stake here. And
And a lot more money spent on your package.
Mm-hmm. Typically with all-star seasons, it's, I don't know, people who got so far and yet didn't get the crown.
Yeah.
But I will say Chad Michaels is the first double winner. So
Well, no. Chad Michaels won the first All-Stars. They're not the first double winner.
no, they won their season.
I don't know. I would have gave it to Latrice. Jesus is a biscuit. Let him sop you up. Get
You
those
thought-
nuts away from my
My
face.
face. We got a little homage to that in this.
We did. We did.
this.
I mean, I will still give Jinx the original first to win twice. Obviously,
Okay.
season 5 and All Stars 7, all winners. But Chad Michaels unofficially won season 4. And are we saying Raven unofficially won season 2? Or are we saying that's Jujubee? I think it depends on how the paint swatch samples.
Yeah, is it off-white or is it eggshell? You know? But I mean, it's the same color.
Girl, ain't nothing off-white or eggshell about the way Raven's painting these days. Sister's looking darker than me. And my
Hence
hyperpigmentation.
why. She looks good next to a tan couch, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, they should have a fashion photo review for the season. They usually do for every All-Star. So we'll see by comparison how she looks next to Raja, and then we'll know if Raven won season 2. You guys can let us know in the comments. But
Oh, I will also say, RuPaul's Drag Race, All Stars. Somebody give somebody the name of some sort of surgeon, some sort of injector.
Mhm.
Because every queen that could, I wouldn't say they're all busted looking in their original seasons, but they learn the art of getting filler, the art of getting Botox, the art of getting some work done.
the art of learning how to do your makeup. And to be fair, we say this as like some of the biggest Trixie Mattel fans. Girl, from season 7 to All Stars 3, it was 2 different girls.
I don't even recognize Trixie in her original picture at all. It's just a clown with bad teeth.
Honestly, same thing with Ginger. We'll get into that, but historically on an All-Star season, eliminations are not left in RuPaul's hands.
Oh yeah.
They're usually in the queen's hands, where we've had 2 queens battle to see who gets eliminated. We've had a vote, so depending on if a queen that won the challenge went to lip sync instead of their choice, it's a cumulative choice of who goes home. We've also had some non-elimination seasons. So this is kind of a hybrid season. So let me bring it to the board for a moment. So yes, what makes this season different is that we have 18 queens competing. A franchise record. So instead of having all 18 girls from day 1, we are dividing them in 3 brackets of 6. So for each bracket, you have 3 straight weeks of challenges, and the 3 queens with the most points in each bracket are going to move on to the semifinals. A challenge win will award the queens 2 points. The top 2 queens, whoever wins that lip sync for their legacy, not only gets a cash tip of $10,000, but they will get an additional point. But the bottom 4 queens are also just as important because they each have 1 point to give away to other queens. So whether they're going to give it to someone that's already in the lead, whether they're going to share the wealth between the girls that did not win or place high in this challenge, who knows? It could be any sort of amalgamation, but the whole point is that after these 3 weeks, if you are not in the top 3, you are eliminated. There's no way back into the competition that we know of. I don't think there is one at this rate. There's too many people.
Yeah. Because then your semifinals, if it's 3 from each category or from each bracket, that would be 9 in your semifinals.
I think they said like the finals is a lip sync smackdown for the crown, but the thing is, I don't know if they're going from 9 to 4.
Oh God.
But
Either
also,
9
I
to
will say one thing of note that, like, so before we went live, I was actually on TikTok and I was watching Deja Sky on TikTok Live. She was talking about the fact how it feels like for the girls that are in these first 2 episodes, they're kind of getting gypped by having the double episodes being a premiere because it's one less week that they can promote themselves as being actively on the show, especially if they're not going to be in the semifinals because, well, not even just that. Regardless if you make it to the semifinals or not, you're going to have at least 6 episodes in between now and then.
Mm-hmm.
So your booking value is going to kind of vary a little bit. So I feel bad about that, but it's also just like I understand like how Drag Race normally does a double premiere. But I mean, if you're going to do a double premiere and you're going to have this kind of format, you should have a first episode with all 18 girls keying and everything, and then you unveil how the brackets work. I feel like that was a missed opportunity.
I agree. I can't remember the account that did it, but during Traders, they posted all of the contestants that were on Traders, and week after week how much their social media grew. The moment that they're off the show, their social medias aren't going to grow, and that's really kind of what gets you booked sometimes these days, because you have to see what the interest is. The more weeks that you're on screen, the more people will see, oh, Bosco's going to be at this club that's in my city.
Bosco's going to be at Roscoe's.
Yeah.
With Pope Leo. Hey, he's from Chicago.
I don't know if Pope Leo's going to be anywhere near a queer club anytime soon, but
No. They said recently they support it.
Oh, really?
They were pulling up like 12-year-old tea. Like once like the previous Pope was saying like we're down with the eligibility community, he also co-signed that, so we're good.
Did you say eligibility community?
Yes. The Alphabet Mafia.
I'm into it.
Yeah. I mean, you are eligible. That's for damn sure. I think we're all eligible.
Just by watching RuPaul's Drag Race, you're all eligible now.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, if you're only watching the Mother Talking Post show, then you're missing half the eligibility. Or you're only getting half of the eligibility. Or whatever. Oh, God.
Are we going to the Interior Illusions Lounge later?
Can we bring back the Interior Illusions Lounge and Absolute Vodka Cocktails Perfected?
Oh my God.
Like, I get Rue has House of Love. That's great and dandy and all. I'm missing these bitches with glasses full of like double vodka crayons, just throwing them back.
I love a shady drink. I love Queens holding on to their Collins glass and shaking around being, this is not RuPaul's best friends race. Watching.
See, you say Collins glass, I'm thinking, have I ever actually had a Tom Collins? I don't think so.
You're missing out.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sure you also like
Tom
fruit.
Collins, but
fruit in a cocktail. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, don't tempt me with a good time. I think it would be rather amusing if there were libations flavored with citrus. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
But yes, I mean, so this bracket style, it's going to be messy. However, I do like it compared to a non-elimination season because there's stakes. And not only that, they're not competing for charity this time. They're competing for themselves. And a cash prize of $200,000.
And each week they win a challenge that is additional money to go in their pocket.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I like that.
I do too. But what is a season of All-Stars without the queens? So I'm going to present to you all 18 competitors for this season of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, which is, like I said, a franchise record. Previously, the record was 16 queens in one season. Something that one of the queens in the orange bracket knows all too well about because we talk about it during the premiere. So up first, we have our orange bracket, which is going to be the bracket that we're going to be talking about this week and next week. So in order from left to right and top to bottom, we have, sorry if this is small on you guys. You might want to go full screen for this. God, could I move us out of the way? No, that's fine. Oh, we could do this.
Oh.
Sorry you don't see our pretty faces, but it's okay. We're educating you guys. So, is there a laser pointer thing that we could do in here? No, it's not teams. It's okay. But anyways, from the top.
Oh, bitch, I love it.
You good?
Good.
Anyways, from the top left down, we have from season 14, Deja Sky. Known as the only person to do good in that season's Snatch game. She's a lip sync assassin. She's a YouTuber, bringing you new videos every week, but also the mug. Probably some of the best paint of season 14. Good to have Deja Sky back. It's one of those castings that makes sense to me.
I agree.
Yes. Up next, a casting that did not make sense to me, but you know what? I'm not going to say all drag is valid because that is not what I mean. It's just I wouldn't have thought to cast this person. From season 3, the second queen eliminated from season 3, it's Phoenix.
I mean,
from
they got a
Atlanta,
different
Georgia.
face, so.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot can happen in 15 years, so.
Bitch.
I'm just saying, and that's just her face.
Woo.
But, of course, next to her on the right, from season 15, formerly Irene Dubois, it is Irene the Alien. Now, circling back to what we just said, previously season 15 was the season with the most queens. 16 to be exact. Irene the Alien went home in 16th place. The lowest ranking that someone's ever been eliminated in the history of RuPaul's Drag Race just by circumstance.
Would we
And not
call
only
that a
that-
power bottom?
Well, not even just that. It was a premiere where someone got eliminated.
Oh my
She
god.
walked in. She won that mini challenge. She won $2,500. She caused mayhem in the workroom, and she got her ass tossed because for her talent, she tried to make a glass of ice water.
See, so that's one of the seasons that I rewatched, and I didn't think it was that bad. It just was the worst talent of the evening.
I feel like if it was executed a little bit smoother, the camp was there.
Right.
So,
However,
but also, is this a safe space to say that I thought that she did better than Amethyst in the lip sync?
I agree. However, they should have just kept her because I like the drama that she causes.
Like, I wanted to know what would have been next after 40 Inches Gate.
The way that gagged Olivia Lux is just...
Wait, Olivia Lux or
Wait,
Lux Noir London?
no. Yeah. Yes. Not Olivia Lux, because I'm looking at Olivia Lux's name.
And we were about to get to her too, but yeah. From season 13, in the House of Makasi Mugler, it is Olivia Lux, who was previously a front runner in her season, finishing in 5th place, just barely missing the finale. So, I mean, she's had Maxi Challenge wins before. She's an excellent singer. She was just always kind of very reserved and polished. She didn't really get to break out of that shell as much, which I think might have been her downfall on her original season. However, I'm glad to see
Season
that she's
13 was
back.
hard, though, with how many queens were in the top 4 that are still...
Yeah, and then, I mean, kind of to counter, like, the whole, like, hard seasons thing, I was watching Very Delta. No, I could go back on camera for this. Sorry, guys. So I was watching Very Delta this past week, and Candy Muse was on it, and they were talking about how season 3 was actually the hardest season of Drag Race, just with how, like, design forward it was, where you're, like, constantly sewing something, or, like, you're constantly, like, trying to do stuff in the workroom instead of just relying on stuff that you brought in. And we, like, I think this past season might have been the closest we've gotten with having, like, 3 design challenges. But just, like, it felt like, obviously, they didn't have the budget to do as many, like, lavish things like we were used to in modern Drag Race. So those girls were working it out. So, a little food for thought there. We're going to stay on screen for this because y'all can see. It's been up there long enough. In the middle, on the bottom, from season 14. In her own words, it is God's favorite transsexual. It's Bosco.
It's my girl.
The queen who notoriously, after what felt like 2 months, because it probably was on television, the girl who finally found that golden chocolate bar. and made it all the way to the finale of season 14.
I cried, definitely.
But also, can we talk about the fact that she lost her, like, was it the Lollapalooza episode where she would have been eliminated?
That is not a season I rewatched.
I feel like
so
it goes from
and
the
that's
Lollapalooza to the roast, because like the whole point is that the week that she gets
2020.
saved, she wins the roast the next week.
right. Yes. Okay. I'll have to go look. Or if you're watching this, Google is free. So
Yes. Emphasis on Google. Do not use ChatGPT.
yeah.
If I hear anyone else is using any form of generative AI to answer questions instead of using an actual search engine, like, yeah.
I'm just gonna throw a bucket of water on them.
Actually, no, they might like that because I'll think it's for mental health.
Ay, Dios mío.
Hey, I'm with it. I'm with the shits tonight. And speaking of with the shits, all the way on the right, we have Aja from season 9 from All Stars 3, also from the House of Misaki Mugler. I had to think about that. It's a tongue twister because she was previously a LaBeija. Previously on HBO's Legendary.
What?
You didn't know that she was on Legendary?
No.
Season 3.
Putting it in my notes app.
Girl, you got Max. Use it. I mean, obviously there's not any more seasons, but I don't know if they took it off of streaming like they did with Queen of the Universe on Paramount Plus. So no, I don't think it's lost media. I knock on wood, but
Oh. Thought someone was knocking.
No.
Where you are.
now I was paying homage to the season 15 finale lip sync to Knock on Wood between Anitra and Sasha Colby. You know, I'm just wearing a lot more
Yeah.
for everybody's
Apparently.
sake. But yes, this is our complete orange bracket that will be with us for 2 episodes that we're going to talk about in this episode. If we actually get to this episode in a half hour that we've already wasted on this podcast.
Which is a shame because this is the bracket that I was actually like, yes, I love these queens.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really solid bracket. I just hate that not only is their time going by so quick, the girls that do advance, we're not going to see them for like dead ass a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. It was what it was. Thank you, Tate McRae. I hate that you're collaborating with Morgan Wallen. Up next, we have the pink bracket. So from top to bottom, left to right, we have all the way from season 2, the icon, the meme queen, Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia, who is the queen of TikTok Live, teaching another member of her bracket about gifts. She's the gift that keeps on giving. She says it how it is. She is old school drag. She is mall drag. We love Nicole Paige Brooks.
I mean, after rewatching season 2, it was very pedestrian. Very pedestrian.
If not for the whole copyright part of it, her name could have easily been Charlotte Roos.
Damn, all she needed is a couple statement necklaces
Well, actually, no.
and a going out top.
So season 2 was what, 2010? 2009, 2010?
2009 to 2010, yeah.
Dots was still in business in 2010, right?
Ooh, dots.
Not
KS
that
dots.
I'm just saying it wasn't Bonton. I can tell you that right now. Bonton it was not.
Let's see. I don't need to know RuPaul's relationship with the transgender community every time I go in here. February 2010 through April 2010, which was when it ran. So it was filmed in 2009.
Yeah, so back when it was okay to have some H and fucking M on Drag Race. Some might have gone to 579. You never know. But, of course, we also have, from season 14 on the left, Tranos, in her own words, it is Carrie Colby.
I love her. She just gets more and more cunty.
Yeah.
every time I see her.
Yeah, I think my favorite part was like when they were doing like the Entertainment Weekly stuff, like her reactions to certain things that they were saying, like when they were asking questions. I dead ass couldn't tell if it was Carrie Colby or if it was Miley Cyrus. Like the cheeks were snatched.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yes, all the way on the right on the top, we have from season 13, New York drag icon Tina Burner. I feel like her season, well, it's not that her season didn't do her justice, it's that she didn't do Drag Race justice.
I just don't like Tina Burner.
That is fair. I liked her Richard Simmons snatch game. I thought that was good. That was about it.
Anybody could have done that.
But could have anybody painted rosé?
I mean, maybe. There's something about Tina Burner that is just gives me nothing. And I say that as the fact that she came out wearing yellow and red, and that was her shtick.
Which is actually not her shtick back home. It was just for Drag Race. Remember how like people were like clamoring for her to get on the show?
They were.
And then she got on the show.
It's like when a guy is really hot and then all of a sudden he starts talking and it's like, oh, you're no longer hot.
Like Tina Burner on Drag Race for her original season was like the complete 180 version of Sasha Colby finally being on Drag Race. It's
You're
one thing
not
to have a
wrong.
reputation to precede you and you live up to it. And then there's Tina Burner.
She just not speak. She just.
I mean, don't worry, she will in 2 weeks. But anyways, moving on to the bottom left. This was a surprising choice for me for this cast, just because of recency. We're going to say hello to the ghost punching queen from season 14 and All Stars 9. It's Georges. Wait, what? Did I actually put Gorgeous instead of Georges? Did that autocorrect?
It did autocorrect.
It's Georges with a J, y'all. I'm sorry. If you have a problem with that, you could tweet me at Hulk Hogan. Or you could also tweet me at Benjamin Shelton.
You mean, wait.
No, he said Benjamin Shelton.
He kept saying Benjamin Shelton. He didn't even address him appropriately. Does he not know that he
what
hurts
he wanted
people?
to address him as, but he couldn't do it in public. Just don't get caught, brother.
I thought the chicken was lovely.
He grappled with the best wrestler ever. Yeah. I mean, speaking of grappling with things, you know how iconic it is to be announced for your All-Star season with less than a week after your original season finishes airing? Like deadass, she got home from shooting.
Happened?
She got home from shooting. Then they call her saying, "Hey, would you do All-Stars like right away?" Had 5 days to get her All-Stars package together. Goes to shoot All-Stars, gets home, then goes to do the promo for season 17 because it didn't even air yet when she went back to do All-Stars. So she finished All-Stars, did the promo for season 17. Like season 17's airing and everything too. She then is doing the promo for All-Stars 10 before the lip sync Lollapalooza. And now we have back on our screens by popular demand. Although we didn't have much time to demand it, I feel like this was kind of a shoo-in where everybody said like, "Oh no, she's going to be on All Stars." We didn't think it was going to be like lickety split, but
Right.
you know what? Lydia Butthole Collins, girl, get your bag. I was listening to Boogie Wonderland in the car today. She did what she needed to.
All I see is those legs every time I hear that song.
Or like the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever she was doing. Where like
Love
they're
it.
she's in trance with RuPaul, like from the eyes. I mean, it's better that than like Ariette doing the egg beater. So, I mean, Lydia, the only thing that we were going to say is stay away from scissors. Literally, that was her downfall. A pair of scissors. I don't know. I thought I heard somebody screaming outside.
I was about to say, is there a ghost?
No, George has punched it already. My neighbors got home and I heard a child screaming. I'm like, the fuck?
Report that FBI.
Oh yeah, there's people yelling outside. It's fine. But you know what? Oh no, they're kids playing. That's worse. It's like they're playing fucking tag outside.
At
9:00.
9:41 p.m.?
I don't make the rules. I'm not a father. Like, I'm not about to be getting chased by no fucking cameraman on Moria. That's all I know. But speaking of not the father, last but not least, to round out the pink bracket, is one of the shadiest queens to ever step foot onto RuPaul's Drag Race. The pride of Texas. I mean, clock that T. It is the notorious MIB. The giant oscillating fan of the villain's roast. It's Mistress Isabel Brooks.
You're not racing anybody.
I'm such a big fan. Is what Mrs. would say if she dressed as an oscillating fan.
Honestly, that roast, I think, is why Lydia is on.
I think it's the combo of the roast and the lip sync, but also it's the fact that going into filming the season, Mistress was the only one that ever interacted with her. Like, they were talking about like how they had to like show them like what she was doing on season 17 on a laptop when they were getting ready to film. And I guarantee they're not going to talk about the fact that like she was filming an All-Star season before she could even watch back her own season. So is there growth? I don't know. We shall see. But any standouts for you in the pink bracket? In the words of Alyssa Edwards, of these girls here. Oh, wait, you know what? We didn't do this for the orange bracket. Let's actually
We didn't do this for this orange bracket.
Although, to be fair, for the orange bracket, we're 2/3 of the way there. We'll circle back to that at the end. But of these girls here, in the words of Alyssa Edwards, who would be the three?
Carrie Colby, Lydia, and Mistress for me.
Ooh. So I'm going to say Mistress. I'm going to say Lydia. I'm going to go out of left field. I'm going to say Tina Burner.
Oh, boo!
Something tells me we're going to see a redemption angle for Tina Burner. I don't think we're going to get Carrie Colby. Like, I don't think we're going to have mother and daughter winning Drag Race together. I feel like that's another season.
Win.
I mean, I feel like she's gonna like get top 2 finally, but I don't think that she's gonna have enough points to advance to the semis. Georges, I love you, but girl, you were literally just
0.
We say this as Lydia was quite literally just on TV, but it's different being just on All Stars versus just on like a regular season.
Right. Literally, it feels like no time has passed. What more do you have to prove? Because you were just on All Stars 9.
Yeah.
Hand to God. Hand to God. I thought you were gonna say Nicole Page Brooks, and I was like, "Oh, that's been a lot of time."
See, I thought about Nicole Page Brooks, but I feel like her mouth is gonna get her into trouble, which is saying something because Mistress has that same mouth.
Mistress has that same mouth, but the clout, I don't know, to back it up. Her ass can cash the checks that she's been writing.
Yeah.
I had to think about that way too hard.
Well, there's also less asked for her to cash those checks, so it's balanced now. Did we get half a tube of there? There we go.
Half a toot. Oof.
Not, yeah. No,
Budget.
that's gonna be Raven and Raja is saying half a toot.
It's good. It's giving a shh. It's what at the end of Mean Girls, breaking the crown.
Yeah. All right, but alas, we have our purple bracket. So from top to bottom, left to right, we have from season 13 the Ice Queen, The queen that single-handedly put 100% Pure Love by Crystal Waters back on charts. No, this isn't hyperbole. Like, this is it's
For
been proven.
reals.
Yes.
Did not
lip
know
sync
that.
got that song back on the charts. It is Denali, another Chicago queen. Some might say blessed and highly favored by Pope Leo. We're going to make this happen. We're going to have Denali be one of the cardinal queens of Chicago. Although she did have Chicago on Chicago violence, getting rid of Kimora Hall in that lip sync. But you know what? It is fine. It's good to see Denali. It is good to see her not walking down the runway on skates, even though she could.
She could.
Just the practicality of doing that, I'm sure, was a fucking nightmare, though.
Okay, but showing what she looks out of drag now, I'm not usually attracted to men, but just go Google it. Go Google
Denali's
it.
looking good.
It's the hair, you know. It's
The hair
the face.
toned
It's
up.
the
A little bit of chiseling. you know.
yeah.
Good for you, Denali. But,
Good for you.
of course, we have from season 8, Miss Congeniality, to season 9. Collins, I have one question for you. Do you want to see her cuckoo? It's Cynthia Lee Fontaine. That's her catchphrase.
I know,
And
but
also, God bless
it's
her. She's
funny.
been through a lot.
she's
A
been
cancer
through it.
survivor.
Yeah. Yes. Whose channel did she have a podcast on recently? She talked about all of that.
Was she on Maddie Morphosis show?
Yeah, I think it was Maddie Morphosis.
Give It To Me Straight?
Show. Give It To Me Straight.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, the tea. Because everybody thought that Maddie Morphosis was going to be on this season, and instead we got Lydia. Allegedly, Maddie was going to be on the season, but Maddie was planning a wedding and had to withdraw. Allegedly. Would I love to see Maddie Morphosis on a season of All Stars? You bet your ass.
Do you think
Although,
that
to
this
be
was
fair,
true?
I feel like if we don't get Maddie Morphosis on All Stars, I would love to see Maddie be like the first non-winner to host a season of the Pit Stop, I think, since Kingsley? Who wasn't even a drag queen?
Here's my thing though. If you're planning a wedding, why would you, for even just because they get some money for like accepting it and like,
Right.
you know what it's money.
I feel like you're spending more money on the package than you would have gotten. And then on top of that, he's straight.
That's true.
So. Chances are it wasn't his wedding planning, it was his partner's wedding planning.
Oh, yeah. You're probably right.
Yeah. But we do have one of Maddie Morphosis' sisters from season 14, the trade of season 14, from Puerto Rico. It is Alyssa Hunter. Who, if you guys have not seen Alyssa Hunter out of drag, a beautiful man.
Yes. Very, very otherworldly. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The upper echelon of drag queens.
Absolutely.
Probably, I'd say top 10 trade. Top 5 trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I think Cameron Michaels probably won that one, though. Good for you, Cameron, and your foray into the content creation space, if you know, you know. Up next, also from season 14, the queen that would have been the pork chop if they had not been brought back, made it all the way to the finale. Dia Betty, the drag sister of Crystal Method from season 12. I like Dia.
I do too. I like what they have brought to the social media world post Drag Race. So I'm interested to see how they are.
I'm interested to see if Monet gave her the $1,000 from predicting the lovers from season 17. Monet's hosting the pit stop this season, so we'll find out one way or another.
We'll see. We'll see.
But I mean, also, I think just going back to season 14, Daya played such a good like villain for the sake of the edit. Like you think about like all the things to like make good television, Daya was doing. Like when they were like trying to vote for like who gets a part, she's like, okay, so it's down to me and to Willow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to vote for this person. So now it's just down to Willow, adding to the suspense. And also the other lovely Collins of the OLE world, Melball. We hope you're doing well. Good to see you in the chat. As we've been rambling about just what is All-Stars and what isn't All-Stars for 50 minutes.
For 50 minutes!
Without talking about either one of the two episodes that aired today.
Amen.
But I mean, it wouldn't be a premiere episode of the show if we weren't long-winded, so I think we went almost 3 hours when we did the premiere for season 17 because we treated that like a double premiere as well. But up next, in the middle on the bottom, from season 8, another New York City queen, one that's a little controversial. It's Acid Betty. So my thing with Acid Betty is a lot of time has passed. I'm willing to let bygones be bygones of that era. However, Acid being delusional made for one of the greatest finale moments of all time. So for those that didn't watch Untucked during season 8, there was an episode of Untucked where Trixie Mattel sent a video to Kim Chi, who was one of her good friends from like being in the Midwest at that time. Like they were working in Chicago a lot together, Wisconsin. And Acid basically said that Trixie looked busted and like she didn't understand her drag aesthetic and all that stuff. Enough time has passed, and then we also see at the finale, there's a Q&A portion where Trixie comes up to the mic and she says, "Hi, Ru, I'm Trixie Mattel, and I have a question from Trixie Mattel for Acid Betty. On Untucked, did you or did you not come for me?" And everybody has like a standing ovation. It's like, I will take my answer after the show in the parking lot. Which all I'm going to say is the irony to come for someone's mug then. Doing like this avant-garde, like too old to be a club kid type beat. To now you came for someone who not only went on to win All-Stars, but is actually known for makeup, not only for her way of painting, but for the high quality cosmetics that she sells.
And that sells the fuck out.
Like, not for nothing, if we get Trixie Cosmetics in a brick and mortar setting, it's over for you bitches.
Honestly,
give us Trixie Cosmetics in an Ulta.
The best part about Trixie Cosmetics, and I will tell you this until I'm blue in the face. Makeup is makeup, right? It could be drugstore quality. It could be luxury quality.
I wouldn't even say drugstore quality versus luxury quality anymore because it's just quality, period. They're in the same labs. I mean, you talk about like how many different brands are under the L'Oreal umbrella.
They all use the same facilities. My dog. But you have, that felt unnatural to say. I apologize. My dog. But you have packaging that is so part of your brand. See, this is where like celebrity makeup brands, I get a little bit confused. It's why I'm not that interested in Lady Gaga's makeup. I'm not interested in REM Beauty because it just doesn't seem like their brand.
Fair. I will say, I feel like House Labs, like seeing the way that Gaga goes about House Labs, like hers is that she, with the whole lab branding, she treats it like the science of it, which is why you have like the triclone stuff when it comes to like the complexion products and like the actual manufacturing process. I feel like REM Beauty, I love Ariana. I wish we like nailed why like it's so space forward, which don't get me wrong, I love it. REM has some great products, as does House Labs, but just like I feel like we don't have the byline of Ariana with the branding. And I say this as an Ariana Grande stan. Like,
But-
love the products. It's just, I feel like I don't know where her fits with it.
But that's what I'm saying is like with Trixie, there is no confusion on who sells this makeup.
Mhm.
Even when she has done collaborations with like Katya or Laganja, it is still true to the Trixie brand as well as honoring those that she's collabing with.
Mhm.
You look at a Trixie Mattel heart-shaped lipstick.
Yeah, I was going to say, same thing with Kimchi Chic as well.
Kimchi.
Trust drag queens to like bridge the gap between drugstore and like high-end prestige brands. Not necessarily with just like the price and the performance, but just like the fact that you're getting an aesthetic to your products that just you don't get anywhere else. The drugstore is very much made for like, okay, we can't swatch it, but we need to actually show you what is inside the product. Where you have the artistry brands are just like usually just a slate with the logo on it and like an opaque box. You don't really know what's inside. Like, yeah, you can swatch it in the store and everything, but the package itself is nothing to write home about. You have Kimchi Chic and Trixie Cosmetics really going the extra mile to not only have something that's recognizable with the shapes and stuff they're doing, but the printing that they do to the naming. Like Kimchi being known for her lisp. When it comes to like her bronzers, she calls them Thaler bronzers instead of Sailor, which I think is iconic. And then Trixie having like these gorgeous eyeshadow palettes with huge pans, by the way. Like I underestimated like what a typical like palette for eyeshadow looks like until we got like a couple palettes for Bianca for her birthday.
Yeah.
The size of Trixie's like pans like are like the equivalent of like if you're to get a 12 pan palette from another brand, we'll say ABH, for example, Anastasia Beverly Hills, you're getting 2 to 3 times the amount of pressed powder in each pan than you do in an ABH for less, and it swatches better.
Yep, just go check them out because honestly they are fantastic. The setting powder by Kimchi is
Oh, Puff Puff Pass went viral.
absolutely. I saw it on TikTok Shop and I said, "Oh, I need to go stock up because you want to set your face from morning until evening and into the dawn." That's what I do. That's what I use.
Yeah. No, I feel like also the thing with drag queen makeup, just as long as you're expecting it to be full coverage, full glam, then it's for you. You can't be like me where I'm trying to be like just a demure amount of the cosmeceuticals. Like, yeah, I have like base thinners and shit and everything, but it's just like if you're not trying to do like full glam, proceed with caution. There are still some good stuff for like the people that do just like everyday stuff. Like Trixie's like blush and bronzer sticks are good. Her lip products are good. Her eyeliner, especially Hotline, whether you get it like in the gel, like in the pomade kind of thing, or the pen, like they have very sophisticated formulas at approachable prices that are also helping minority-owned, queer-owned brands. Wake it up.
We love it. We love it. And you know what? My husband, who is a graphic designer, he sees the packaging every time because I am addicted to Klarna, paying for because yes, amen. Thank you to Trixie Mattel for having that and Afterpay because it'll be every month something comes in.
I love
and
to shop the Klarna.
the
I
shop
go
the
to my
Klarna.
friends, Hannah
In
and
the
Shelby,
Klarna.
and we shop together. 4 easy installments. Swedish people do not like pay all at once. We pay the once, the twice, the 3 times. And on the 4th, you say, okay, I am finished. You just
That
got
is
me out
your-
here quoting,
That is
That is Trixie's
why
Swedish
does
voice.
why does your Swedish sounds
It sounds
Portuguese?
what?
It sounds Portuguese.
My mother, she said to me. What the-
My mother, she said to me.
my Swedish sounds Italian. My mother, she said to me, what is power? Power to me is when the people... To be fair, Trixie's Swedish accent is also not authentic.
It's so good though. I'm never gonna be an accentor because
No.
I mean I'm not on Duolingo anymore, but anytime that I would have to
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you move to Babbel yet, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm on Babbel now, but it's not as fun. It's not as fun. And they made me start from the beginning.
They didn't give you a
Hola,
placement.
¿cómo estás? Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Wait, this seriously
Baby.
didn't give you like a placement exam?
No.
To think all Duolingo had to do was not be AI first.
All they had to do. All they had to do. And pay your contractors. Because you know what AI is really known for? Language. No. Anyways,
Yeah. So
My-
Acid
my-
Betty,
my
we're
train
gonna-
of thought
Yeah,
went,
Acid Betty, we're gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. It's a new season, new you. And last
you're nice.
out of this group, I don't want to say least, because talent-wise, I don't think she's least at all.
No.
I just think that 4 seasons is a lot. Like, it
It's
was
like-
a lot for Jujubee, too.
It's like the person that like left high school and comes back the next year. But she keeps coming back every year. And no one that she went to school with is still in high school, but she's still visiting.
But also, she was just doing the Vegas show, too. But anyways, Ginger Minge, season 7, All-Stars 2 and All-Stars 6. 2 of those seasons, she made it to the finale. And on the other season, she gave us one of the most iconic exit lines ever. She got me, gal.
Ginger Midge is going to be entertaining. I'm not saying that she's not, because do you know how many times I've worn full drag makeup and someone says, "You look like Ginger Midge." I get it. I got the same face. Whatever. However, what new things are you going to bring there, Ginger, or is it recycled?
I mean, for starters, the look that she had when she was announced, a million times better than what she wore for the workroom entrance on All-Stars 6.
Ooh.
Famously known for, in the words of Bob the Drag Queen. No. Bob the Drag Queen, New York Times bestseller, winner of All-Stars, or not of All-Stars, winner of season 8. As she famously said in that episode of The Pit Stop, if this season does not win an Emmy, it's because of that outfit.
Oh.
Yes, the Glamour Toad is back once again. Out of this bracket, Auntie Collins, who are your 3?
Denali 3 times. Joke. Okay. Denali, Diabetes, and Wild Card.
Okay, so mine, I'm going to also say Denali.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say Diabetes.
Okay.
I'm going to say wild card pick is Alyssa Hunter.
You think Alyssa Hunter?
I feel like, well, the whole thing is, because we'll talk about it, I feel like the girls that did not get a chance to really participate in Drag Race, coming back now, they're hungrier. So I feel like she's going to have the most to prove out of everybody in this whole bracket. I want to see what we've been missing out on. And worst case scenario, we hate to see her go, but we love to watch her leave. Okay. Yeah. That will conclude at least the bracket breakdown in the first hour of the Mother Tuck and Post show. Y'all, if you are here bearing with this, one, I'm sorry.
I'm not. I'm not sorry. You should be
I'm sorry for both of
spending.
us.
You should be spending your Friday evenings with your alphabet parents, siblings.
How does parents and siblings work when your name is...
I don't know. We're not parents, but I could be their mother. I could be their father figure.
I mean, I said it in the intro, call me other. Guess who's back in the house? Heels click clacking about. Okay, that's enough. But Now that we've gotten through that train wreck of understanding what this concept for the season is,
Listen,
God help us if we get renewed for season 18 at this rate, because we're going to start to have timers for segments. Not tonight, but the way we're going. We only have one episode to talk about next week. It's fine.
it's fine.
It's fine.
Listen, I don't have to produce this show. I'm just here.
True. Yeah. Woe is me.
You gotta cut me off sometime, you know?
See, I don't have to cut you off. I just give you the look and then you cut yourself off. And true Puerto Rican authoritative, like, you know, when it's just like, okay, I'm gonna shut up now. So, but yes, moving on to the review portion of the review show for the Mother Tuckin' Post show. We have our first episode of the 2-episode premiere for All Star 6. We find out for our Maxi Challenge, the girls are going to be coming up with an original verse and performing choreography to the song Winner Winner, Chicken Dinner, a hair rock anthem, choreographed by the one and only Jamal Sims, because who else would it be?
Right.
But yes, I mean, we'll get into, let's just rip the Band-Aid off. The song wasn't that good.
No.
A Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, it was not. Like, there were things in the performance that were nice, but it wasn't like anything memorable. Like, I don't have a fucking like part of it that sticks out to me. So
I would even put this on like Kids Bop. You know what I mean?
yeah, it is what it is. But I mean, we will get into the standouts after this, but I think we've rambled enough. Are we ready for some runways?
Yes. Please.
And now, our new and improved runway. Also, fair warning, you're going to see some skin in this one. We are already not monetized as it is, so I doubled down on this. So, let me...
And did you go back to?
Where the fuck are my slides?
Hello?
So,
Groundhog Day?
funny story. You'll love
Get
this.
out. Get out.
I have the pictures of the runway. I didn't edit the slides yet. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to pivot real quick. So,
should I do my ad for Klarna?
no, I mean, you could do your ad for Klarna, but what I'm going to do is I am going to add the actual pictures of these runways to the slides. But let's actually talk about the song. So, I mean, can you find the lyrics somewhere, Collins?
Yeah, you give me a couple minutes.
Yes. I mean, I really don't need that much time. I'm just dragging and dropping stuff and then tagging the slides.
Oh,
Like, I'm
my
already like
gosh.
done with one of them. So I was talking all the shit saying, you know what? I'm going to reuse the one for the ball because it has the most slides and I'm just clicking and dropping and stuff. I didn't do that because I was so worried about trying to get the ones for the second episode where we have a look in the front and the back. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll just screen share for that. I could have done that for this as well. And I didn't. But it's fine. It is fine. So we're going to get this in here. But yeah, I mean, honestly, for the challenge itself, the things that stood out to me the most were not the lyrics. It wasn't the singing either. It's just like who did the most like rocker aesthetic stuff. And to me, Aja and Irene the Alien by far were the standouts.
Yes.
Like Aja really was like, and the delivery of her vocals was like actually like meeting like the metal aesthetic of like the rasp in her voice, the screaming, but like making sure it was still like coming off as like rocker energy. Whereas Irene was just really focusing on selling the illusion of like what makes like glam rock with like the way that she was using every part of the stage, the instruments, just really selling like what it looks like to be in that kind of rock band, but like still be like a boss bitch doing it.
Let's
Like
see.
I don't understand why they kind of had like Deja Sky doing like something hip hoppy ish with her verse, because like even during like the prop for the actual song, they were saying like it was like Missy Elliott adjacent, which I'm just like, okay.
Adjacent, more like.
I mean, didn't Missy go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year?
Did she?
Someone went into the
Okay.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame like that's like more hip hop. I mean, they always do that for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so it's nothing to be worried
Where
about.
are these lyrics?
Okay. Waiting for the slides to process because they are done. We're gonna do a quick yes. Okay, we are back in business. Take two.
Okay, apologies. I couldn't even find it.
It's fine. We're not missing anything. But
Sorry.
as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by my own absent-mindedness. Category is Yes. But yeah, that is your episode 1 runways. I mean, we kind of just blew past everything in the workroom. Like, for the most part, it's very kumbaya, aside from like one moment with Aja and Irene kind of reading each other back and forth. And by reading, I mean Irene was just pointing shit out like she always does, and Aja, being Aja, is gonna just like immediately go fight or flight instinct. There's a clip of it on Twitter. We've reposted it, so
You know
get your
what's
life.
funny is that Irene, like that's how drag queens talk to each other backstage, right? When
Exactly.
I worked with drag queens, I've bartended at queer bars. That's just the banter that goes back and forth. I think Aja has just lived life in defense mode. So everything feels like an attack when it's not sunshine and roses and what she wants it to be.
Well, I mean, it's a combo of the gender dysphoria and the ballroom scene. That'll make anybody defensive. And then combine with the fact that Irene, who, yeah, like she's come up in Seattle and everything like Bosco has, she got her start in Texas.
Yeah.
Those fucking Southern drag queens will read a bitch like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yes, I mean, really nothing to worry about in the workroom. We know that the two ballroom sisters and Olivia Lux and Aja kind of have their own little alliance. Olivia and Deja also have a little bit of an alliance with the Melanin. Love Melanin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, look at the material. As you could see, my psoriasis on my elbow. Okay, but your favorite look of this runway, Auntie Collins?
Bosco.
Yeah, I think unequivocally Bosco.
I think Bosco's drag is on another level. And I don't mean because Bosco is trans.
No, Bosco had a phenomenal runway package on season 14.
Right.
Like,
And
Bosco's always been known for fashion.
mm-hmm. But there's just something translating differently for me that's like, this is All Stars for me.
Yeah. Like, not even just her physical transformation, but I think it's just the fact that, like, she is such a clever queen. So, like, she's literally taking everything to, like, okay, how can I take it to, like, a level that even they wouldn't expect from me? Which
Mhm.
is saying something, because we also get into episode 2's runway, but we find out that the top 2 All-Stars for this week in the Maxi Challenge were Aja and Irene the Alien. Do you agree?
It's hard because the three, Aja, Bosco, and Irene,
Mm-hmm.
I think made something out of kind of a lackluster. I don't want to say a lackluster challenge. It wasn't lackluster, but it
But
wasn't
also, I feel like for us having a drought from season 17 and not having a girl group challenge to this one kind of being underwhelming.
yeah. It wasn't. It didn't feel competitive enough. It didn't feel. I mean, imagine that being the first challenge. That would have been insane. So
Yeah. Like, the best way I could describe this one is like it had like maybe one good well, no, it didn't even have one good verse. It's just the delivery that really sold it. Like,
mhm.
Bosco's singing kind of took me out, but like her looking like a video vixen was great. Whereas
Yeah.
I feel like Irene and Aja definitely played the part more of like meeting the rock aesthetic. It isn't like where you had like a clear standout where, like, we'll say All Star 6 was Show Up Queen, like where Trinity K. Bonet had clearly the best verse.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't anything like that. It was just the presentation. I feel like Aja and Irene stepped up to the plate the most and delivered
Yeah.
the most. And they are lip syncing for the win. To,
For your legacy.
yeah, they're lip syncing to this week's guest judge, who I am going on record and saying is the worst guest judge we've ever had for a premiere episode of Drag Race. And we say this as someone that got Katy Perry in 2025, pre-space, but post-Woman's World. But no. The gag with Woman's World is that when they filmed it, it wasn't even officially released yet. So fucking Jules and Susie Tudor on an NDA lip syncing to a song that they didn't know was produced by Dr. Luke.
They didn't know?
Nope.
Oh, that's tea.
But she knew who Joella was, the premier Slasian diva of Los Angeles.
Ella.
But yes, so Aja and Irene are lip syncing to "Thank You the Shit" Fart by Ice Spice. Miss Poopy,
Miss Poopy Girl.
who did nothing this whole episode but question Phoenix's icon status. Which, if that were me and she was questioning my icon status, girl, we're fighting on site. Like, I don't know who you think you are talking about my icon status while you're over here trying to make flatulence music. Like, bitch, go sit in the corner, take an Imodium, and chill. Hi, Astrid. What a note for you to come in on. It's just me dragging Ice Spice.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, this was kind of a one-sided lip sync. This is no shade to Irene, but, like, a song like this is made for someone like Aja.
I mean, yes. However, I really liked this lip sync look for Irene. These
Irene
40...
looked good and she put up a good fight, but it's just this kind of song and the way that Aja dances coming from ballroom especially.
Oh my God.
Like, if there's one
Incredible.
thing Aja's going to do on the first episode of All Stars is turn out a lip sync.
Absolutely.
Granted, she lost that one to Ben de la Creme, but she lost to, like, the campy, like, gagness of it, not necessarily her performance. But, like, she tore up Freakum Dress as a lip sync assassin. She adds this to her long list of great lip syncs that she's done on the show. Rightfully wins.
Absolutely. But yeah, Irene's look for me, I think Irene knew that she wasn't going to win the lip sync.
Right.
Although she might live in her own delusion, so maybe I'll take that back. But at least her wig was 40 inches. So
Yeah. And glued.
And glued. You ever wanted hair that color? That monster green?
Can't say have. Even, like, when I was swimming in chlorine with my bleach blonde hair last year, I never got green.
You never got green?
No. Yeah, no. I wasn't really doing anything to maintain, like, the integrity of the blonde, but no. Never. But we find out that for winning the lip sync and the challenge, Aja has 3 points in the Tournament of All-Stars. Irene for getting top 2 but not winning lip sync, she has 2 points. And this is where RuPaul reveals to the other queens that, yes, they each have a point, but they cannot use it for themselves. They have to give it away. Which leads us into episode 2 on a cliffhanger to see how they're going to distribute them. Which, long story short, the girls are kumbayaing, so basically everybody that wasn't in the top 2, they just passed around their points. Which
smart, though, because...
Smart, yes, but I was just like, are we going to do that? Are we, like, if we're playing the Alliance game, do you rub someone's back now and then try to get it back? Because the problem is you have 3 weeks.
Yeah.
To make it. And if you don't, you're fucked.
I mean, that's the thing, is like you don't need to win the lip sync, but if too many queens are against you, which I think might be Irene's downfall.
Yeah, I mean, well, I wouldn't say they're necessarily against her, because think about it, her and Bosco are sisters.
Her and Bosco are sisters. However, you can tell she's already rubbing people the wrong way. Even if I think that her and Aja...
I mean, I wouldn't even say it's so much
Getting it
rubbing
on.
people the wrong way. That's just who Irene is.
Yeah.
Love it or leave it. I mean, I'm sorry. We're on the show with the drag queens doing drag queen shit. Let the bitches be shady. It makes good television. And also, it's just the dry, matter-of-fact delivery. Like, she's not even saying it with a shady tone. She's just saying it, like, straight up, like, girl, you got one eyeliner on. You're crazy.
She wasn't wrong.
She said it with a place of concern.
Yeah.
But yes.
Also, this is not RuPaul's best friend race.
I mean, especially this season, because we're not doing no fucking lipsticks at all.
Mm-mm.
So.
Although I did message you when I was like, okay, there's math involved in here, which is why my intro was what it was, because I don't go to RuPaul's Drag Race to do math.
And also, thank you for exaggerating the A in math so it didn't sound like a different word that is often associated with the homosexuals.
I'm not a math queen.
I'm just saying, but do you party and play?
I don't do either of those.
Good. Because like you don't what? Play. Because men ain't what?
Shit.
No. Ooh, we getting fined for that. Ain't worth a damn. They need to do that. If they bring back RDR Live, they need to have that as a moment.
Amen.
Yes. But for the episode 2, we're switching things up. We are not having no music challenge. We are getting ourselves a good old-fashioned improv challenge, which we haven't had in a while. And it is a murder mystery improv challenge, aptly titled Murder on the Dance Floor. Subtle foreshadowing. Which I am all for, like, these kind of, like, over-dramatic, like, very much just, like, out there improv challenges. So, the characters we have in this improv challenge, we have Aja playing the double role of Mary Kate and Ashley Brashley. Identical twins. However, one of the twins is murdered. Sorry, I don't have my cunty hat and my dog with me. I'm not Alan Cumming.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree that fast. That's not good, right? Damn. She's like, no. And you're not going to be.
Nope.
Like, oh, you think you're in Scotland in the mansion? No, get on the boat, go back to Puerto Rico.
Go back?
I know I was born in Buffalo, but the point being is that we're also still citizens. I don't need a passport for that, hey.
You got a real ID?
If I need to be on my best behavior, just give me a roll of paper towels up, you know. I'm
I
the real
almost just
quicker
spit out my
picker-upper.
water.
Sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
a
no.
spitter. Of water. What else do you think I was? I'm a wholesome Christian.
Well, it's good to know that you're spitting water. But yes, other character we have is we have Deja Sky playing the role of Chardonnay Harrington, the lovely drunk friend of the bride. We have Kitty Laveau, the cabaret singer. Who is she blind? Is she not blind? Was her eye shot out? Why does she?
Glaucoma.
Yes, we have that, played by Bosco. We have Cherry Cheeks, the ex-wife of Ashley Brashley's husband, who very southern debutante, and then when it came down to the accusations, got very very deep. Like very much keeping the ilk of like a traditional murder mystery, like keeping an alibi until it's okay to like drop your guard a little bit, and then no. Also, I didn't realize I mean, what is a wrist really? I mean, and then we also have our not really clairvoyant Madame Bouffant. I mean, she likes balls. Can she see your future through it? No. Played by Olivia Lux. And Delphine Burgundy, who turns out to be the mother of Mary Kate and Ashley Brashley, who abandoned them to join the circus. So, camp factors all around. RuPaul is playing the private investigator. I just
have to say, this is the most that I've seen RuPaul not in drag.
Also,
Ever.
can we talk about the fact that when they were bringing in the queens in the first episode, that her, like Michelle and Rue are in like this butch sports commentator drag. Like they look ridiculous.
They're not. Again, this is the most that I've seen RuPaul not in drag for a show or premiere.
Well, drag race wise, yeah.
Yes.
Like obviously, like if you're watching Lingo, out of drag. If you're watching the RuPaul show, out of drag. If you're watching quite literally anything that's not the runway of RuPaul's Drag Race, out of drag. Hell, even on TikTok, RuPaul don't get into drag.
Yeah, but she's been teaching me how to parallel park.
Iconic. Wait, God, did you see like there was a TikTok of someone who like moved to Connecticut, but they lived in Florida and they never had to parallel park until they moved to Connecticut, and they couldn't do it, so they actually had to have their friend park their car for them. even though they didn't have to retest for their license and shit.
I'm going to tell you something. When I moved to New York, I stopped driving, right? Because I didn't have
Smart.
to. When I moved back to Washington, because of how many points were on my license, because when I was driving, I got tickets, I got parking tickets, got a little suspended license, whatever, cute. Had to retest in the state of Washington. I could not parallel park. Nope.
How many attempts did it take you?
4. I'm what you call not a driving friend. Like, you want someone to come pick you up? It's not me.
Noted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that. Long live public transportation, but I mean, yeah. Granted, I got my license later on in life. It took me 2 tries, but mainly because the first try my test instructor was a bitch. And it was
Why are they
raining.
always such bitches?
I know, and then the second time it's a man, and I passed. So, but hey, I could parallel park. However, put me in between a car and a wall in a parking garage, I'm gonna fuck up that passenger side door, and I'm gonna spend the $2,000 to pay out of pocket, and now it's on my insurance. So it's good as new for us to return the car because it was a lease.
That's how it's done. That's queer math right there.
And that is not Carfax who, bitch, because there ain't no records. It's lost media.
Absolutely. Amen. Footage not found.
But before we get into this, any standouts in the challenge?
Definitely Bosco, because who improvs that eye thing? Having an eye patch and then being like, she shut out my eye, but not this one. That one.
And I couldn't see her to kill her because I can't see. I'm blind. And then he had like Irene doing the code switching, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah. So good. Irene was fantastic. I also think that Asha didn't do a terrible job doing both the Ashley and Mary Kate roles.
I feel like she got spread a little thin though. I feel like if she had just one role, she would have really like shown a little bit more.
Absolutely.
I thought Deja was fun. Phoenix didn't do too bad either. I feel like this is one of those acting challenges where no one really did bad. It's just who went above and beyond. So like literally just like last season where like no one was objectively bad, but you have your standouts, which I think for an all-stars challenge is a good thing.
Yeah.
Now, for this go of things, I was smart and did not have any slides prepared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my screen ready to be shared because we have ourselves a complicated runway where you're going to have to see front and back. So let me get this in here. I'm going to mute the actual video streaming. So to spare us a little bit of trouble, let me see if I could share screen. I mean, we don't have to share the audio. It's fine.
That's fine.
But
look at you, queued up and ready.
Although, to be fair, we have our own audio. Category is, as I add this
Is there anything cuntier than that look?
I mean, her actual cunt, but yes.
Yeah. Listen, when I Google the word cunt, Bosco just comes up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I
bet you'd
like.
love to see her next Tuesday.
Okay. See, this is where my queer panic sets in because, yeah.
I mean, this
Yeah.
is what hall passes are for, is it not?
It's just 5 names and it's Bosco 5 times.
Yeah, like just because your money's allocated for the bills doesn't mean you still can't window shop.
Stop knowing my crushes.
You mean to tell me that you're just like attracted to the conventionally attractive person? No way.
Is Bosco technically conventionally attractive? Yes. I don't
Body
know.
T, yes.
There's just something about Bosco that makes my heart race.
I was gonna say, coming soon
He's
to AO3 is gonna be in a retelling of There's Something About Mary, where Bosco is playing the role of Cameron Diaz, and Auntie Collins is playing the role of Ben Stiller. Although I don't know how the hair gel is gonna work, so that's gonna be an interesting movie.
Where are we going with this episode? God.
It's a Mother Tuck and Po show after dark. See, this is what happens when we're not doing this in broad daylight on a Saturday afternoon. It's evening. It's almost 11 o'clock where I am.
Bitch.
I'm feeling the twisted tea.
Bitch.
I'm feeling my herb garden, you know. Yes.
Amen to herb gardening. I think that Irene, the campiness of the challenge really worked for me. Because honestly,
it's everything you expect from like an improv challenge too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you know, I really liked Olivia's look. It's hard because
Olivia had a phenomenal look, but I feel like she just got overshadowed in the challenge, like in that section where she's talking to Rue.
Yeah.
Because it felt like she had like some softballs, but she wasn't able to capitalize on it fully.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is another thing like with the previous episode where Bosco had such a kick-ass fucking runway, but just barely missed it in the challenge. So it doesn't negate anything about the queens because honestly, if you are back on a season of All-Stars, let alone a season that's going to be this intense with a tournament, they're not just letting whoever was available on the show, despite what we may think.
Although that's right.
So I'm just
we'll see when we get to Ginger Midge's episode.
Nah, Ginger's gonna turn it out. She usually in All-Star 6, she turned it out. Like the taste was elevated. Like the talent was already there. Like you say what you want, but I mean, she will duck walk her way through a lip sync and win $30,000.
That's true.
Yeah. But alas, our top 2 queens of this week were Bosco and Irene the Alien, which I don't think you could refute, honestly.
Not at all.
And this episode, you'll never guess what the lip sync song was. I even said if it's anything but this song, what was the fucking reason? It is Murder on the Dance Floor by Sophie Ellis Bextor. You know, we went across the pond. We had to bring back some old reheated nachos from 2002. Thank you, Barry Cohen, for bearing it all and Saltburn to this song to revitalize it. Like, who knew all it takes is like one viral moment of someone dancing to your song 20 years later and it can chart again?
Yeah. Isn't that what happened with Run Around That Way?
Yeah, literally, like, between Netflix and Drag Race, they will be able to revive a song, because 100% Pure Love, Denali revived that.
Yep.
What the fuck is that Kate Moss song like? Running Up the Hill?
Yeah.
Stranger Things brought that back. Murder on the Dance Floor, fucking Saltburn brought that back. We need more, like, old hits from the 2000s to be featured and stuff for them to be brought back.
I'm ready for Samantha Mumba to come back. If you want it, you can know
I had
me.
that song on a burned CD when I was a kid. But you know what song I fucking rediscovered on TikTok the other day? I'm like, God, I forgot how much I used to wear this song out. Eighth World Wonder by Kimberly Locke from American Idol 2005.
Oh my God.
Like, I need like some sort of like coming of age movie set in like the mid 2000s where like you have like this bob hair that like isn't like a silk press, but just like when you straighten it, you have it kind of flick out at the end. Like very much like Britney Spears in the Lucky music video tease.
Oh my God. BRB.
Like I need someone walking in like chunky corks, like flare jeans. Come on, like, come on, bring it back.
With the flutter top. Yeah.
Yeah, or like you have like a pair of capris and it's like that set like ribbon for a belt that you have.
This is everything I wore in high school.
Oh God, wait, I'm trying to think like, or no, because Drag Race did do Oops Hit 'Em Up style. Like, I'm trying to think of like what's a good song to bring back, like if someone's gonna have like a Juicy Couture like tracksuit moment.
Oh. Say you are, say you would, say you do what I don't.
No, I feel like that Say La Vie was before Juicy Couture though.
Really?
You know what song I was thinking of was fucking Walk Away by what was it, Paula Anda?
Oh.
I'm gonna remember you. You're gonna remember me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to go look at my now. That's what I call music stash.
No, that's what we should do. Is just like have like a one-hit wonders draft as like a bonus episode of the show.
Listen, you ranked all the seasons of
I did rank all the seasons of No, maybe I should do like my favorite forgotten pop songs, and it literally just starts with fucking Firefly by the A-Teens. That A-Teens Teen Spirit CD was my most prized possession growing up.
Yeah.
It was that CD and Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again.
Mm-hmm.
For like a good 4 years straight until I got the Cheetah Girls soundtrack.
I got to add a little Jump 5 in there for me because they were technically Christian. Spinning around, I got this funny feeling.
I'm going to see your Jump 5, and then I'm going to raise you the Click 5.
Oh!
Just the girl.
Just the girl I'm looking for.
Although, you know what fucking song, like, I forgot about, because I didn't realize that he was part of the group until, like, I went back down the... Remember It Happens Every Time by Dream Street? With a very, very young Jesse McCartney?
What? No.
Every time when I see you.
When I hold you.
I feel like this needs to be like a side quest mission. It's just like OLE loves the 2000s. Love the 2000s.
Let's do it.
It's my absolute favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, but we've been off the rails. But so I'm silly. Remember. Another episode of the Mother Tuckin' Post show has come, it has gone, it has degraded in quality in real time, but you know what? Next week, it's going to be interesting because we only have one episode to recap. However, it's going to start even later because someone decided to go to an independent wrestling show before agreeing to move the show to Fridays. It's me. I'm someone. I can't bail on this indie show because I haven't gone to one in almost a year, and my friends have been asking, dying me to go. So, hey, Empire State Wrestling, here's looking out to you. The show, it's probably going to start, I mean, if I get home by 11 p.m. Eastern, I'm down to start it then. Are you down to, like, podcast at the hour of 8 p.m. on a Friday?
Yes.
You night owl, you.
I was waiting for this shade to happen. What else am I gonna do?
Sleep.
You know that's right.
Shit,
I'll put off gardening an hour.
No. You should garden next episode.
All right. All right.
Like, I feel like no. Next episode, do we? No, I can't because I have to drive home from the show. So by the time I get home to Garden, it won't kick into like the tail end of the show. Damn. Oh well. Well, I won't garden next week, but I'll probably drink. That's fine.
I'll garden alone. It's fine.
I mean, you usually do, so.
It's true, because the one time I gave my husband a cookie, he almost passed out on stream.
For the record, we do mean like an edible cookie, not your cookie, right?
Yes, correct. He would
I'm
get
just saying,
demonetized the house.
Onika Mirage just once said, Kitty put his butt to sleep. Now he's calling me NyQuil. I'm just saying.
Amen, though.
But you know what? If you want to keep up with the things that we're just saying, we say lots of things on lots of days of the week here at our local establishment. Notice how this is the only one that is of the ilk of being draggy, late night, under the influence. We're setting the precedent. Yeah. So if you and your limp wrist want to watch the Mother Tuck and Post show, it's Friday nights here on our local establishment. But if you want to get your fix of wrestling throughout the week, I mean, there's so many damn shows. There's one little ditty called On a Ramble. We missed her this week. Did we miss her this week?
I don't
We have
know.
developments
I
for the
haven't
women's
watched
world
the
title
episode
from
yet.
the spoilers, but just like, I don't know. I'm not going to think about the ROH spoilers because it's going to piss me off. But what I
Hey,
am
Deanna
gonna think
Purrazzo
about,
won. That's all I care about.
I hate that she's back on ROH because Tony doesn't know what to do with her, but I'm glad that she's doing something and getting built strong.
Absolutely. She's better than everyone on ROH. She's
If
better
she
than
doesn't
all the
win the Pure
men.
Championship, I'm going to be pissed.
Same.
Quite literally, you have no one else on the roster that can be that technical anymore because you got rid of Layla Hirsch before you introduced the goddamn belt.
Make it make sense, but it doesn't make sense.
Oh, well. Anyways, Auntie Collins, what the fuck is going on with you?
Hey, so I'm Auntie Collins. If you've never met me before, hi. I'm everywhere that you want to be, just like MasterCard. Find me on all social medias. Wait, is that anywhere that you want to be? Is that MasterCard?
I was thinking be who you want to be, BARBIE.
No. But that's good. Find me anywhere there's a social media _ queer auntie. If they don't allow underscores like the bluest sky, guess what? It's just queer auntie. Find
Blue
me.
Sky doesn't allow an underscore?
Correct. They don't allow an underscore.
That is so fucking weird.
It's a hate crime. I'm telling you.
As much as Blue Sky has going for it, no underscore.
No underscore. But you can find me anywhere there is a social media. I stream usually Thursdays through Sundays. This week, I guess. I guess we're starting the week off with this show. But
It
listen,
can only go up from here, I hope. And if it doesn't, I'm sorry.
This Sunday, I'm over on Fightful Overbooked, where we're talking about how wrestling made me cry. There's a lot of things in wrestling that made me cry this week, and there's still a pay-per-view tomorrow. So we'll see what happens from then out. But come hang out with me and Kylie. Kylie will probably keep trying to get me to buy those damn plane tickets to All In.
Only time will tell.
$280 right now.
The flight is only $80?
$280 plus fees.
Is that round trip? Low key.
Low key.
Is it nonstop?
It is nonstop.
Do you get a carry-on?
It's added.
So did you add it and that's how you got to the 280, or is it 280 plus whatever it is for the
No,
carry-on?
it's 280 plus the. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's fine. I say this as someone that was like, do I do All In this year? And I'm like, well, you just went to Rochester over the weekend and then you don't have anything going on to warrant you going. So save the money. But
anyways, find me on all social media to see when I'm going live. You won't want to miss any time that I do. I'll probably be streaming a little bit in the morning tomorrow, doing a throwback to Coffee with Collins, where it's just me, cup of coffee, and a little rant. So
I can
join me
confirm that
there.
Auntie Collins will be wearing more clothes than RJ City when he makes coffee on the internet.
I make people pay for that.
Yeah.
I don't give it out for free.
I mean, speaking of not giving it out for free, so tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Jose on the air, it is my 5-year Twitch affiliate anniversary stream. So we're going to start out with a little bit of Call of Duty Warzone the first couple hours. That's just going to be me getting my aggression out because at 6 p.m. I have a lot of my usual suspects, my outer, like, IRL inner circle joining me for some Jackbox Party Pack mayhem and foolishness. We're going to be doing the Quiplash, the Trivia Murder Party. There might be talking points. You never know. There might be Madverse City. If you want to see me dunk on them with a robot freestyle, holler at your boy. We might also be playing some Lockdown Protocol that night. So if you're on PC and you enjoy Among Us style games, feel free. The game is $10, but hey, if you play it for less than 2 hours, you can request a refund on Steam, but you didn't hear from me. However, not only do we have that going on, we have ranking every season of it is on Jose on a Whim, the second YouTube channel. Let me know what you guys thought. I love how I said like I was going to probably edit clips into posts. I didn't. Because if there's one thing about me is that I love coming up with video ideas and shooting the videos, but I hate editing. But I also do not have an audience or an income to hire an editor. Everybody's so creative.
All right.
But I'm just saying, go watch that if you want to see me talk about Trixie and Katya for 15 minutes ad nauseum and make obscure references that only chronically online people would get. Yes, do that. And then every Wednesday over at bodyslam.net, we have the After AEW Dynamite show, Dynamiked Up, myself and JPJ, talking shop after AEW's flagship show is off the air. Sometimes it's right at 10, other times it's not, so you never know. But what I do know is that you guys should be liking these streams. You should be subscribing to OLE. You should be making sure that you're sharing this online. Watch the VODs back. We've heard good things about people watching the VODs back. This one might be a hard watch. I totally understand. If it is that bad, I will tweet out a hashtag RuPapology to Katy Perry. No, I'm kidding. I'm
It's
kidding.
too late.
I'm not going to apologize to Katy Perry. She needs to apologize to us. Shit. But alas, we love you guys. It is good to be back, and we will see you guys next week for another episode of the Mother Talking Post Show. We're closing out the orange bracket. I have no idea who the hell's going to go on to the semifinals or how long we have to wait for the semifinals. But until then, we will see you when we see you. Good night, everybody.